Hi guys, it's Nancy here and I'm back with another video for you, and this time I'm going to be using some of those silhouette cuts that I did. I batch cut a load, so I did just show you there a globe that I got. And again, I'm going to be using some papers from the pack that I used in my last video, which is some papers from Crate Paper that Emma sent me. This is beloved wood grain, so I'm going to keep a little bit of that because you know I love me some wood grain. And there's some tickets on there. So this is then just a couple of pictures of the Hoover Dam, and again just mounted, as I said, in that wood grain, which I'm going to mount the whole layout in. I then got a piece of that paper which is Vicky Bouton, which is the grid piece, and I can see I've used an orange fade which actually came from a 6x6 paper pad. And I've used that on there. I've then pulled out these two, which are pieces from paper pads from the new Maggie Holmes collection, and there was two different ones. So one was called Basics, and I think one was just papers from the collection, but actually the Basics one had a lot of foiling and speciality papers in, so I was really, you know, quite happy to have them because it was a bit of a surprise. I kind of thought, oh, I quite like Maggie Holmes' kind of tones of her paper, but I'm not actually a big fan of her collections as a whole, really. So actually this is the paper pad that I used that orange from. So as you can see, it's kind of an adventure one. I think it was a pink paisley one. Yeah, so I'm not a massive fan of her collections. I'm not sure what layout I would do with a panda and a dress, not quite sure. So yeah, the good thing with her collections, I would say, is they do all look very, very similar, so you could easily mix and match them. So I'm just pulling out lots of pieces here. So as I said, I kept that off cut of that wood grain paper which had tickets on the back, and so I'm just looking at pulling colours in here over different points. So I've got two bits of yellow, and then I'm trying to just cut up some different tickets to bring in some different colours. And like I said, we were on the way back from the Grand Canyon, and we called into the Hoover Dam, and it was so ridiculously hot. I just remember getting out the car, taking pictures, and just being like, nope, I'm getting back in the air-conditioned car because it was so hot. It was too hot for me. So yeah, it was, you know, it was beautiful and it's amazing, but yeah, just too hot. So I'm now going to kind of construct my layout because I pulled a lot of layers together, and I'm now just trying to be like, just stick it down and get on with it. Because, you know, the worst case scenario is you just pull it up, don't you? You know, and most kind of adhesive is quite forgiving. I use ATG, you know, and you can pull it up. Sometimes it rips, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm putting those two photos there, and I'm now kind of working out all of my layers and where I'm going to put them in. And a lot of these are offcuts from different bits, and I'm just trying to sort of use them up and layer them. So again, that piece has gold foiling on, then used a piece which has lots of different little diamond pieces on, like or triangles, which came from that pink paisley adventure one, or outdoors or something, I don't know. So I pulled out one of the frames from the little kit that Emma sent me, and this had again some foiling on, which is more of a copper foiling, but it kind of worked okay. So I actually cut that die cut out of that. It's not craft cardstock, it's kind of craft coloured cardstock, and I'd ripped a little bit of it as well, but I thought it's fine. So I'm now going to kind of pull in my different ticket embellishments here and just kind of build up these clusters. Again, I've got another one of those die cut pieces, fussy cut pieces from that powder paper. So the one I used, Explore, I think, on my last layout, and this one says Travel. So I'm just trying to pull in all the different bits. So I've got sort of 3 places of yellow, I've got some tickets, and of course I've got that massive, you know, globe as well. And I would say, you know, these are literally just, you know, I think I probably took about 4 or 5 pictures, but this is just 2 pictures. And I just want to capture actually that we went to the Hoover Dam, because, you know, it's one of those places that's, you know, on a list of places you want to go. So, and now I'm just again going back to that sticker sheet and building up my clusters. I've got this little banner here. I used to be really anti banners, but I've actually used them quite a few times recently and I quite like them. So I'm actually just going to put this banner going from the globe over to my photo, and actually do then just add some further embellishment to that as well. So I quite like how that looks. I do find, you know, you have to anchor banners, otherwise they can kind of float and look a bit weird. I was quite pleased that I got that on there, because I was, you know, I have got quite a few chipboard embellishment sheets which have banners and stuff still on them because I just can't get them to work. So I pulled the camera off the sticker sheet. I've also got a little kind of compass bit that came off the sticker sheet. So I'm trying to just use little bits up. I've got a little geotag. Again, geotags, cameras, globes. These are things that run throughout my travel album. As you'll know if you've been watching my videos for the past 3 odd years, that's something that I just do in travel albums. I've pulled out these wood buttons, and I tried to use these on a previous layout, and they haven't worked, so I think they came from Hip Kit. So this piece of paper I've had hanging around for a long time. It's from a very old travel collection, but it's got lots of words to do with travel, and these were actually grey, so they kind of toned in well with this layout. So I'm going to end up sticking a couple of those around, but I'm just playing around with my embellishments so I can easily do that. And I'm just going to cut a little banner flag in there and pop that down. I'm going to do another one at the top, and again cut a little banner flag, because again just that repetition across the layout that I really like, and there is a little flagged banner on that bottom piece, so it kind of works. And again, that piece of paper is going to last me forever if I just keep cutting out tiny little bits. So I'm really liking how this layout's going, and I'm not really sure why I decided to go with the orange for that globe, but it kind of works with the warmer wood grain. So this is where I've just pulled out some stickers from an old Simple Stories summer collection. I'm putting the date actually on some of those banner pieces, and I really like that actually, and it brings down some pink from the top as well. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I've got this stack of embellishments that I'm trying to use up, and this again was another tricky one because I kept finding fonts I liked but didn't have enough letters, and so yeah. I'm going to kind of keep going through and go, oh yep, no that's not going to work, oh no that's not. So yeah, gonna keep going through, and you're going to get fed up of seeing the stack of letters. So I think I end up going, I end up going with some I know, and I end up moving them around. I could have just left it like that and had the go see do, and actually in my journaling written about that it was a Hoover Dam, or used a smaller font to say Hoover Dam, but I'm trying to get, you know, these things used up, and this was a set that hadn't been used at all. I would say it's not my favourite font, but it kind of works, and I had all the letters I needed, but it's quite a big font, you know, they're quite wide, so I did have to play around with where I was going to actually put my title, because it kept going over the edge. That's my weird talking clock, I apologise if you heard that. So I'm just going to play around with this title, trying to get it to kind of balance, because it is quite heavy, because there isn't any more dark other than that camera on the page. I just wanted to sort of play about and think, do I like this, do I not? No. So this is then a pack of thickers that goes back to being a whole pack of thickers again. I just think it was just too dark, and I was trying to use Stash Up rather than actually liking how it looked. So the Simple Stories small letters that I use, this is from the summer collection last year before. I've done some pages in this album already with it, so I didn't have all the letters I needed, but you can easily make an R with a P and X apparently. And again, this brings that orange in, and I'm going to bring those small stickers in as well, and make my title the Hoover Dam. And like I said, I'm much happier with that. I could have put that other title on, but I was just using those stickers for the sake of it. And again, this makes a little bit more sense of the orange, not much, but a little bit more sense. And actually, like I said, I've had these simple stories bits for quite a while, so I wanted to again get those used up. So here I am just constructing an R with my dodgy finger, which is healed now. Actually, now I'm narrating this, it's healed. So, but yes, it was a bit of a pain trying to scrap with that. And you can see my head come in there, trying to line that all up. And yeah, so I'm just going to pop that in there as my time. So I'm really happy actually how that looks. Much happier I went with that. So I'm just going to come in with my glue and stick a few little bits down. But really that is it for this page. And said I'm super happy. I'm going to finish it with these embellish and these enamel dots that have been sitting around on my desk in the last few layouts. And again, that's just going to add another little bit of a texture to this page. So I want to thank you very much, guys, for stopping by and watching another one of my videos, and all for the lovely comments that you've been leaving on my videos. It's really make me feel back at home on YouTube, and I really enjoyed, as I said, making some content, you know, and like making the effort to clear a space in my room to be able to do these layouts as well. And in most sittings, I'm kind of sitting down in about 3.5 hours making 3 layouts. So it's nice to be productive again. So I want to thank you very much, guys, for stopping by and watching, and I will see you all again on my next video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.